New stream. See if it's any better. Hi, Nova. Is it all right now? Oh, good. We meet again, we do. Good, Jacinta. For 5 minutes, then it'll probably go again. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, Squidge. Stupid thing it is. It goes funny of an afternoon. Most afternoons. Don't know why. Maybe it's something to do with power saving. They switch it off and switch it on again. Maybe. Hi, Dark. Oh, you've got to go in at 8:30 in the morning. That was a bit of a shock, wasn't it, Squidgy? You didn't expect that tomorrow morning. Good though. Fingers crossed, Squidgy. That, you know, everything is as simple and straightforward as it can be. Oh, have you, Aurora, load shedding? She says, as though she knows what that means. What's load shedding? Oh gosh, yes, Squidgy, your eyes are much more important than having your hair done. Oh, 10 hours a day, no power. Gosh, that's a bind, isn't it? There's been a prediction, that all over the country, yeah. Just reminds me, there's been a prediction, I can't remember who it was by, that Mr. Putin is going to be unalived, natural causes, in late 2023. Hi, Andrea. Hello, Lana. Oh, yes. Prayers for Jaden. Oh, Lana, I hope he's okay. Yeah, it lags, doesn't it, after a certain time? Oh, is he? He's going to South Africa. Maybe he'll contract something. I mean, I don't wish it on him, but if the prediction is true. That's nice. About prayers for everybody in the stream who need them. I think we all need them in one way or another. Nobody's lovely. I don't know what I'd do without Nova, to be honest. Always got my back. Talking of backs, I've taken to doing Thank You Nova. Hello, Karen. I am well, my sweet. Yeah, I am. All right, Squidgy, thank you, love. Tell them we're here. I've taken to I've got 2 loofahs, back brushes. I've got one that I use wet in the shower, and I've bought another one, and I now take it into bed with me every night, so that when my back starts twitching or aching, or even just a slight itch, I've got it there to rub my back. Hi, Stella, again. Whether I want it or not, I do. I do, and I value your opinions very much. You're back. Hi, Karen. Jamel's out. Oh, thank you, Wilma. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I've been getting round with these broken bones for quite a long, long time. It's only now that it's really caught up with me that people could look at me and think there's something wrong. You know, it's really bad. But I've gotten away with it, as I say, for a long time, considering I was told that my back's a mess. Well, I know that. It looks nice in a low-cut dress, though, at the back, and I sit down, it looks as though there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a mess. By the way, I kept that red dress. You know that red dress they sent me by mistake? They gave me £10 on a gift card, Amazon, for all the disruption and the problems. So they gave me 10 quid, which means I got it cheap. So I thought, well, I'll keep it and reorder the one I wanted. But the one I wanted is no longer in stock. So, oh, thank you, Aurora. You showed your husband the stream. I bet he thinks, what's she watching her for? Oh, you've got your chemo at the moment. Pins and needles. Did you like it, Stella? It's just, I don't know where I'd wear it. But as I say, I can wear exactly what I want at my age, can't I? And do what I want. I've got a book downstairs. I'll remember to bring it up for next time we do a live, or even do a video on it and read it to you, because it's funny. It's only a short little book, and some of you might have seen it. I might send you a copy, actually, Nova. And it'd take me about less than 10 minutes to read. How often do you have the chemo, Karen? Aurora. How often do you have it, darling? Can you feel a group hug, Karen? I'm so sorry you're going through that. Absolutely, prayers for Karen. And your husband as well, Squidgy, having his 4 monthly scan. Yeah. Yes, I do have amazing subscribers, but it's all our channel. We're all together in this. It's all the channels for all of us, every one of us. Yeah, I've got the arthritis as well. I didn't know till he told me last time. Thank you, Demelza. Every fortnight. Hi, Unicorn. Hello, MP. His little alien, you can call it that, yeah. I've got to phone my brother as well at 8:30. I didn't go to see him today. I'll be going in the morning. I try to go every day actually, but some days he just doesn't want. He doesn't want anybody there. I know how he feels. You know, he doesn't want to get up. He doesn't want to do anything. But the PICC line, yeah. Good news, Squidgy, that it's, you know, it's sort of losing the battle. A member of my family, a good, close, good member, they're all good members, but a close member of my family, not my sons, my daughter or anything, but a very close member of my family, had a problem recently as well. It's so scary that why have they got no cure for it after all these years? They say that there is a cure. It's kept on the shelves to keep the pharmaceutical companies happy, you know, because it pays to keep us ill. How awful a thought is that? Absolutely, because into not just reactions, and these live streams, we can talk about anything and everything. Like I just came and talked about my friend who was here earlier and what she said. You know, yeah, all about the money. Everything is always about the money. Saved for the 1% and 2%, yes. Yeah. It's amazing how long, for example, the royal family live, members of the royal family, for the most part. That's right, Demelza. Yeah. And to keep our spirits low, it's when we come together and we talk about these things, and not only talk about these things, get involved in groups that are acting and reacting to these things, that we can make changes. And the Rockefellers, yeah. Isn't there 5 particular bloodlines, elite bloodlines, that rule the world? Yeah, we could get the trolls, but even they get a couple of chances. Only a couple, though. Exactly, Karen. You know, long-term mods and subscribers, and they can be resentful of anybody going in and having something to say that perhaps they haven't thought of. They look on it as an attack on their own, I don't know, power, if you like. Yeah, don't knock on Squidgy's door. She won't answer it. I'm not sure, Pamela. I did think I read 5, but it might be 13. I don't know. I mean, they say 13's an unlucky number. It's been lucky for me. Squidgy and dark. Yeah, 1 is too many. I think if it was well-known facts, pulling all the information together about just how wealthy certain people are, sitting on their backsides and doing nothing just because of accident of birth, there'd be major public outcry. Oh, honey. I love honey. It's nice in porridge. Didn't know it was good for toothache, though, or burns. Is that true, Squidgy? If you eat your local honey, you shouldn't get hay fever. Some of these things, they are actually true when you think about it. And we've lost a lot of wisdom going back to the old way of healing when healers relied on natural substances rather than chemical. Yeah, the same bloodlines that rule the world. The difference between a conspiracy theory and fact is usually 2 years. Yeah, I'll get my son some as well, unicorn, and me, the recent weeks. Then we were called witches. Yeah. It was Anne Hathaway, Shakespeare's mother-in-law, Anne Hathaway's mum. She used to do potions and lotions and sell them at the window of her cottage. It's terrible. Bees are vital to the ecosystem. I had, it was only when my son went into the upstairs bedroom, the little bedroom, he walked in doing something and he got stung. And we found that there was a bee's nest there, and it was a nest of honeybees. So we got the proper people out who, I suppose, he stung them and removed the nest to a safe place. So off went the honeybees out of my bedroom. Well, there was no discrepancy, there was no lineage between a white witch and a witch, just a witch who would be taken to trial and, for the most part, found guilty. Oh no, signal loss again. Anybody else apart from Jacinta? Yeah, listen while you do your house chores, Pamela. That's always a good thing. Are you okay now? I mean, just for a second, I could start a live stream and come on and do my polishing and stuff like that that's boring, but I'd have to keep popping my head back in to see what you were saying about me. No, I'm not paranoid. A fake mite, killing the honeybees. Food he used to cleaning streams. Remember when she started, she's picked a bag up, put a few things in the bag, thrown it back down on the floor. Probably half of them spilt out. I didn't miss it though, Jacinta. I saw that you were saying there was a glitch. They should be protected like the swans, yes. I know, Eileen, under a desk. It was just, it's just as easy to have a bin and to throw stuff in a bin than it is to throw stuff. But that was her way of making money. Remember that. A lot of this wasn't her when she started off. She wasn't a disgraceful mess, but she learned very quickly that that was the way she was going to make money. My number on there came up 22, 22, all the twos. 5 black bags with rubbish, Eileen, was it? Oh, that's nice. The smells are dark. The little ode to the bee. No, eating takeaway food in your bedroom. Claudia's changing her bedding. Old food. Ugh. Yeah, when people say paranoid, it's only because they haven't thought of it first, or who would have thought that, say, 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, that there would be something like the coronavirus, and then the coronavirus to depopulate, and now the Ukrainian war. Who would have thought it? And what's the next big thing? What's next? You do what, Claudia? Change your bedding while you're listening to me? Oh, yeah. Eileen, when the sheets are freshly changed and you go and you have your shower, clean night clothes and get into bed, isn't it lovely just to stretch down? I wonder what, I haven't got my phone in there. I wonder what the average is for changing beds. I used to like to check on, generalizations like that, what the average person does, how often the average person washes their hair. Oh, you saw a bee bore a hole on the wood. Aren't they clever? Really? I've been stung twice when I was, many years ago. Too much information, Squidgy. Hello, dearer. Yeah, I'm back, Sufferfish. I've always changed the sheets once a week but sometimes twice a week, going back to what you said, Squidgy. And also when I was in the Middle East, because it used to get so hot, and even with the, um, the air conditioning on, which you absolutely needed over there. So it used to be twice a week. But that wasn't a problem because the sheets would go. The houseboy would take them to the laundry, and they would do them and send them back starched if I wanted them starched. You spray your bed down with alcohol. Yeah, you have to be extra careful, Karen. I know you would be. Oh, I change every week. I have to admit to Melza, I'm not as good as you because I don't iron. I might iron the pillowcases because I can put my head on them and I can see them, but not the sheets. Your husband just told you that when you flushed the loo, there was steam. I think he was having you on. I don't understand people who have drab bedding. Hi, Bex. Yeah, I've got 2 clotheslines up. When people come, they say, "Why have you got 2 clotheslines up?" There's only you. I do a lot of washing. Ugh, Eileen. Could be. Certainly in Chantal's case, it would be. Yes, it is about that, Karen. Squidgy's bad. Bad. Oh, I'd love to be in bed cuddling up to my husband. Just cuddling up, Aren't we lucky, Squidgy, with our kids? Really? I've always said that, Jacinta. How did my mum manage an Alf's mum? Like my mum was 10, Alf's mum was 7. It was a lot of work. Bad is fun. Yeah, as long as it's not evil. The compulsion is strong. Like I said, I used to be more particular when the kids were home, little. And to make it nice for Alf when he came in from work, I was that sort of a housewife and I liked it. It wasn't me being put into a position of being lesser. It was me in a position of doing equal work, but different work. And I loved it. I was going to bake this afternoon, Squidgy, but my excuse is my friend came round, so I'll do it in the morning, probably. A lot of people enjoy ironing. I mean, you can have the music on that you want and listen to that. Make you iron a bit faster, if it's a rock song. 20 children. How would they cope with all those kids? And what about the, Afghanistan, the women, you know, the nomads, how those women cope and how they make the bread, you know, every day, and they sweep with their. I mean, some of it is contrived for the camera, and they don't live, but some is actual truth and it's genuine film for the most part. "20 kids in a 3-bedroom house." Smells that you're spoiling them, that's why. One thing I will say for all of mine, all of them, they will come in, put the kettle on, make a cuppa, do what they want to do. I just sit back. Oh, black sheets, black satin sheets. Imagine sliding out of bed every 5 minutes. Hi, Welsh Rabbits. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Yeah, Nova was an only child and she's got 4 kids. Yeah, they're pastel colours, aren't they, Squidgy? I've got, when people come to stay, I've got orange and blue towels. Those are the guest towels. My own are either deep lilac coloured or a pale blue colour. So I don't get the guest towels and my towels mixed. Not that it would matter if they did, because they're washed all the same. Or your mum did have the big family she wanted then, Squidge, didn't she? I've written stuff mainly on animal rights, Welsh rabbits, and had it published, and also in regards to the political climate in the country at the time, where people were being short, given short shrift really when they needed stuff and they just weren't getting the services. So it's like a little bit of antagonising people who needed to be antagonised. Do you get on with them all, Claudia? Your sibling and your step siblings? No, I did at one point work for a newspaper though. But no, I wasn't a journalist. Yeah, I always have candles in every room except the kitchen. In here at the moment, see how my back is. In here at the moment, I've got lavender and cedar. So that one, it's is that a Woodwick one? Yeah, it's a Woodwick one. Lavender and cedar. And then these, which I've got on a repeat order from Amazon. These are the ones I usually burn overnight. Fresh pineapple and Tunisian rosemary. And they're lovely. So I was giving it to you to sniff then. 40 hours. So that will last me, one of those will last me more or less a week if I have it on at night, sort of for about 6 hours. Oh, lilac is my favourite flower, Karen. Oh, you don't speak to your step siblings? Oh, I am sorry, Claudia. Hi, Mango Fandango. Sorry I missed you coming in. Where you gone? Hi, Santiago. Yeah, lavender's nice. I've got lavender in the diffuser. Is there a Bath and Body Works? Is there a Bath and Body Works in the UK? I don't know. There's a Lush, a lot of Lush shops. Soap in your pillowcase. Never thought to do that. I love lemon verbena. I always have. Well, the first Christmas Alf and I were together. Our sisters, two of them have passed away now. The first one to pass away, Christine, she bought me, you know, the little set she used to get of talcum powder, soap, body wash. And it was just pure lemon verbena. Oh my gosh, I loved it. And ever since that time, I use lemon verbena. Oh, Squidgy's offering to be Claudia's sister. And don't close the door on her, Squidgy, like you did on Dark. Well, I've never heard of Goose Creek, Pamela. Do you remember those sets of Welsh Rarebit? Really, they were a way of just, if you were at a loss for buying for any member of the family, really, you always got something like that, didn't you? They're fighting over Claudia. I'm going to try that with soap in my pillow because I've got some spare tablets, bars, cakes of soap of lemon verbena. So I might do that tonight and put one in my pillowcase. Closed. She never even opened it. She's never going to live it down, is she? Do you know, Karen, that sounds lovely. A candle next to you when you're in your recliner while you're having that horrid treatment. So you need to spoil yourself. I loved Woolworths. Loved it. Loved going with my sister when I was a little girl, and she used to take me and used to buy me the books that you could get, the pads, thick pads that were all different coloured sheets of paper, and sketchbooks and writing books. Sharon, I've kept you half sane. Only half. Which half? Oh, well, I'm glad to have been of help, Karen, Sharon, even. How are you, darling? Oh, Squidge. Yeah. Say hi to Sharon and Karen. We've got Karen. Karen, you're going to be in my prayers tonight. Really a lot. I want to take you all to one of my favourite shops. I want to take you to two of my favourite shops. One being John Lewis and the other being Marks and Spencer's. I miss Woolworths. I'll come over to you live later, Sharon. I've got to go on to Peridot and I've got to go over to Claudia's. I meant to do it this afternoon. Oh, God. Oh, Sharon. I'm sorry, my love. I want to say you'll be all right, Sharon, and you'll be all right, Sharon. But I know it's when people say things like that, it can be irritating. But we're all going to be thinking of you, all of us. Oh, Karen. Yes, I do. I do. Wouldn't that be lovely if we could just, imagine ourselves as being somewhere and all of a sudden that we're there? Yeah. Sharon, the only thing I'll say to you right now, don't be scared. Don't be. Because it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change a thing. And it can be detrimental to you. It can trigger all sorts of other things and, make your heart rate increase, your blood pressure raise, all sorts of physical as well as psychological things. Don't be scared. Think of something else. All right, dear. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing your break with us. Like I said, Karen, my really close friend was in Bendigo in Australia. She passed away a couple of years ago now. And we did get very close, people in animal rights, when we were doing things that weren't strictly legal. A lot of us did get very close. We had to, otherwise we'd have gone insane. On the 14th of May, Sharon, you going? That'll be nice. You'll enjoy yourself. Hi, Holly. No, you're not bringing the chat down. You're not bringing the chat down at all. You aren't. Thanks, Squidge. You've got a CAT scan next week. Is that the one where they put the fluid into your intravenously, and you have to put your arms up or something, and you can taste that horrible coppery taste in your mouth? Yeah, Sharon, don't go. She lived in Bendigo, Karen. Have you heard of Bendigo? And I always said I was going to go. I would get there somehow, and we were all going to meet up. Certain members of the animal rights movement and her, but we never did. We never did go. Yeah, that's the one. Squeak. Her name, Karen, was Jennifer Connor, and if you Google her name, You'll probably find out some info on it. Yeah, Google it. And then I've got a nephew in Perth. Yeah, Bendigo. Bendigo. I've never been, Holly. I wanted to go. And then I had a friend in Saudi, the girl, we lost contact. I don't know why. We kept in contact for a few years afterwards. She lived in North Island in New Zealand. You sprayed your bed twice. Is that with the alcohol spray, Claudia? Just think, Karen, they sent criminals and those who were undesirable out of England, out of dark, cold, wet, miserable England, where poverty was rife and people were dying through, hypothermia, lack of food. So they sent the criminals over to Australia as a punishment. Turned out not to be one, didn't it, eventually? And for their offspring and those who came after. Poisonous animals. There's poisonous animals and snakes here. There's a lot of snakes on YouTube as well. Did they, Holly? Was that when they had I had friends who went on that £10 assisted passage many years ago in the 50s, 60s, when people were being encouraged to go and work in Australia, and you could get, your passage there was just £10 if you had the appropriate skills. Yeah, the weather alone, they were winning. And New Zealand's supposed to be particularly nice, isn't it? It's supposed to be like, I was going to say it's supposed to be like England was in the 50s. But what I mean by that is laid back, slowed down. Hi, Cece. Scorpions are the animals that sort of, not that I'm likely to come into contact with one in England, but they're sort of a bit frightening. And in Saudi, I was always frightened of sitting on the sand in case I sat on one. I think a lot of people have this thing about snakes and serpents, don't they? Because they look like horrible, greasy, slithery, just horrible things. But they're actually supposed to be warm to the touch, aren't they? Jamal's out. Yeah, I've swum with dolphins as well. They're amazing, aren't they? Not sharks. How did you swim with sharks? Did you go in one of those cages? Ew, fried scorpion. Well, if Chantal and Salah do go to Thailand, will she be wearing her abaya? I guess she will. But Salah will be not only ogling himself, he'll be looking at all those slim, adorable, blonde women, the sort he likes from what we've seen of the photographs. Ooh, Mama Spider gave birth to hundreds of babies in your bathroom. What did she do, Karen? Did she bite you? Yeah, dolphins are such intelligent animals too. Squidgy pulling faces. Mm. The eating places are near the scandalous nightlife of Bangkok. Is he going to take her out to show her the nightlife of Bangkok? I did a really stupid thing once when I was in Turks and Caicos Islands. I don't know, I just got carried away, I suppose. And the sea, it was just so placid, it was like a lake. And it was warm, it was beautiful. It lulled me into a sense of security, I suppose. And I was swimming, and he said, I was swimming, just swimming out, just swimming and floating and swimming and floating. And when I looked back, I was that far away from the shore. And I thought, how am I going to get back? You know? Because you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go parallel to the beach, aren't you? Swim. Oh, she's not going to like Thailand, regardless of what she might think. She won't. Oh, Karen, she'd migrated from the bathroom to the living room. Ugh. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. She's gonna roast in where she is now in Kuwait. It's 120 degrees in that shipping container like apartment with no windows. There's a window in the bedroom, but what can they see outside? It's just another wall, isn't it? No fresh air, although the fresh air is. She might go back to Canada, Holly. I said that, Susie, about the seasons here when I was in Saudi, and when I came back, I said I'd never, ever moan about the seasons, and I'd always be grateful for our seasons and the change, the distinct change between the 4 seasons. It must do, Squidgy. Oh, don't say that, unicorn, no. Pamela, she will. She's got to pull something out the house, hasn't she? Because 4 channels on the go, and where's it all going? Who needs 4 channels? So she's making the money off the memberships to each channel. I keep saying that people aren't stupid. They're going to see through and are going to, drop some of the stuff they've been paying for, like the postcard club that's been going for a year over now at nearly $10 a month. She hasn't sent one postcard from anywhere. Yeah, they might do, because if they don't, then they really aren't doing their job, are they? They're going to strip search her because she's an odd shape. Where's they going to start? Where would they start? They'd start here and move down, wouldn't they? And they'd wonder what this was. They'd have to lift it up. And then they'd wonder what this was. And then they'd wonder what this was. Oh, and by the time they got to there, yeah, 3 months. Is it 3 months or 4 months? I'm not sure. So she will have to leave. She seems to think that she's living there. She's actually said it, that she's going to be living there permanently. The biggest huntsman you've ever seen? You mean a huntsman spider? 3 months tourist visa. End of May, yeah, might be. Oh, lovely, Demelza. Apple and rhubarb tarts. Oh, I just fancy something like that now. Have a nice evening, Demelza. Hello, cricket. He's certainly grown his beard as well, hasn't he, Salah? It's like a great big bush on the end of his chin now. I don't like beards. I think of all the food that they collect. Oh, I just fancy something lemony or orangey. I've got juice. Oh, no, you hate spiders. They've only got 6 more legs than you. And no arms. And big eyes. snakes and spiders. I think most people don't. Most people have well, lots of eyes, yeah. Most people have a sort of fear of them or distaste of them. Yeah, snakes can't move very fast, so can they? Oh, Karen, mice. Well, imagine Miss Chantal living with a rat. I'm not even sure I believe that story anyway. Can they? Can they move fast over? I saw a film where one was wrapped around a deer. Oh, a baby fawn. No, I don't think I believe her rat story. It's just the same as the dirty stories, which you can't get away with now. So, stories about rats. Today has gone so quickly, it's just flown by. Does anybody still watch Pink Fairy? Okay, Pamela. Thank you for coming in. It's been nice. I'm fine, Cece, thanks. Pretty good. Yeah, it's just flown by today. I must admit, I don't like zoos. I don't like to see animals in those horrible concrete places they say are designed specifically for them. It might be helpful not to tear monkeys away from their mothers. That would be best. You don't mind bugs, but mice are a different story. It's because they're bigger. Oh, circuses. No. Can you imagine how much training it takes, to get the animals to do some of the tricks they do? The animals, the elephants, for example, and people will praise the trainer. Or how about thinking the effect on the animal? They're trained due to fear, fear of what will happen to them if they don't obey a shouted command. It's so cruel. And in Spain, no, but I mean, it's one of my grandma was Spanish, but um, the celebration they have every year where they set a bull alight to run through the streets, it's despicable. Karen, you've put Squidgy off coming to visit you now. That's it. And SeaWorld, yes. Yeah, wicked places. I went to the circus as a kid, Nova. That was enough. Imagine aliens coming to Earth and getting us and putting us in cages and getting us to perform for them, things that are alien to our nature. I hope they are, CC. There's been a lot of activists working on getting places closed down. Squidgy's painting a lovely picture of herself tonight, isn't she? Incontinence. Bangs the door shut in people's faces. Eats all the chocolates herself. Yeah. And imagine them just being captured and living their lives in captivity and fear. I'm only joking, Squidgy. You know that I love you. You know I love you. No. The king's coronation. I won't be I won't be celebrating with him. Squidgy. Yeah. There's a place in Florida where they've got a rehab place now for animals who've been rescued from laboratories, and they've rehomed them to this wonderful sanctuary in Miami. Oh yes, Cirque du Soleil, yeah. Right, folks, I'm going to get off here now. I've been on for about an hour, 10 minutes, but I was on the other one I was on this morning, and you've probably had enough of me. So, trouble is, CC, as well, a lot of the animals couldn't go into the wild, especially the ones who've been bred in captivity. They haven't got the ability to adapt as adults going into the wild for the first time. Thanks, Cricket. I appreciate that. Yes, sanctuaries do great work. Night, Nova. So good night, everybody. And I will catch you sometime over the weekend. Oh, Karen, we did so much work trying to get those shut down. You cannot do very much. It made you sick, yeah. And it can make you sick. Anything can trigger the cancers, but the things that you've got to have a very strong stomach to watch what goes on with the animals and to work as well in getting these places closed down. Imagine as well the mink, for example, kept in cages, walking on metal bars, deprived of food, deprived of the basics, just waiting to be killed for their coats. So cruel. Funny squidgy. The thing is though, Karen, she doesn't mean to be funny. She's really like that. She will close the door on you. I'm joking. Hi, Mike. You've been watching Squidgy's Golden. Yeah, Karen, when it gets you to that state, you have to step back. You have to, for your own health. I'll speak to you all over the weekend. It'll probably be Sunday because I've got people tomorrow and part of Sunday. So I'll catch you all Sunday. Yeah. And, you know, for everybody who's going through horrific pain, really, lots of love. Yeah, see you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. Good night, Dark. See you Sunday, everybody. Good night. Night, Bex, Karen, Claudia.